One may argue that the mother and father of the civilization in which we live are Judaism on the one hand and Hellenistic culture on the other. The meeting between these great traditions is described in Masechet Yoma Daf Samechet as a meeting between two powerful personalities representing these cultures. On the one hand, Shimon HaTzadik, the high priest from Yerushalayim, the leader, the spiritual leader of the Jewish people. On the other hand, Alexander the Great, the Macedonian, representing Hellenistic culture, a disciple of Aristotle and a great conqueror. That meeting is described beautifully in Masechet Yoma, and the result of that meeting was that the conqueror of Eretz Yisrael was not a violent conqueror, but something that we were able to tolerate. But of course, the influence of one culture on the other was great. And already the disciple of Shimon HaTzadik is called Antignos, a Greek name. And what is his motto? Antignos Ish Socho says, Al tehu ka'avadim ha'mishamshim et harav al menat lekabel pras, אלא היוו כעבדים המשמשים את הרב שלו על מנת לקבל פרס. Do not be as servants who serve their master waiting for a reward, but be as masters serving their master not for the reward. Why is this his motto? It could be that Antignos is growing up in a world where people are no longer trapped in their identity. One's spiritual identity now becomes a matter of choice, whether one buys into the Jewish tradition or maybe fancies the Greek idea of a worldview. And one now has a choice. And how do we make people remain within the tradition? One possibility is using fear, telling them, well, everything out there is dangerous. We have Hashem, and He's a jealous God. If you look out there and you fancy other things, you'll be struck by lightning. You'll be punished severely. And if you do serve Hashem, if you're pious, then you will be rewarded. And Shimon HaTzadik realizes that this might help in the short run, but in the long run, this is not how you build a culture and tradition. This is not how you deal with ideas outside and beyond your own culture. You have to boldly confront them, face them, deal with them, and then retain your identity, not because you are afraid of something that may happen to you if you do not, but as a matter of choice. You recognize the greatness of your own tradition when comparing it to others. And you might even buy into some things of the other tradition, but it's all done in a right way. At the end of the day, says Antignos Ish Socho, Vihi Mora Shamayim Aleichem. All of this process must be done out of a God-fearing attitude. When we have Yirat Shamayim, and we realize we really want to do the right thing, and we're doing it because what we see as our moral and religious obligations, not because we are afraid of some reward or punishment or anything like that. At the end of the day, that is what allows us to carry out our own lives in front of Hashem, but also carry our tradition to the next generation, Be'ezrat Hashem. A great tradition that is confident, and here we are, so many years after Antignos Ish Socho, still carrying out these mitzvot. Shabbat Shalom.